Alright, now we look at compound interest. So we looked at the simple interest, saw that it was just the same thing as sales tax, same structure, same way of doing things. But now with compound interest, what happens is we get interest on our interest if we leave it alone long enough. So in this case, we still have the idea of the simple interest, but we're going to leave our money in the bank so that we just keep getting more interest. So we're going to have a balance. Okay, so our balance, and we're going to call that B. That was like our deposit before. So our balance is B. Now, for right now, to begin with, we're just going to have some interest rate, and let's keep it at 2%. So our interest rate is 2% per period. So, well, that period could be, it could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 3 months, it could be a day. But we're gonna just leave it right now as it's per period, 2%. And so now what happens is we're going to have to keep track of each period. So I'm going to use our function notation to do that. And let's say I deposit something like maybe $1,000, and so I deposit $1,000. Now, what we're going to say is at period 0, we have $1,000. Alright, so that's our period 0, we have $1,000. We're going to use our function notation and say, okay, our balance B of 0, okay, so at time 0, we're not going to see any x's in here at this point right now. We're just going to say B of 0 is 1,000. So that's how much we start with. Now, at the end of one period, we're going to call that B of 1. That is our balance. So that's our balance after one period. And we know how to do that. That is just this, again, that idea like sales tax. This is simple interest. We're going to say B of 1. That was our B of 0, our deposit that we made, plus our 2%, so 0.02 times that deposit that we made. So there are the mathematical symbols, and again, go back and review the function notation that we did in lesson 2. Remember that this B parenthesis 0 parenthesis, that is all one symbol. That's B of 0, and so we have our B of 0 there, our B of 0 there. Now we know that that was $1,000 plus 0.02 times $1,000, and so that's $1,000 plus 2% of 1,000 is 20, so that's plus 20. So that gives us $1,020 at the end of period 1. So that is just what we did in the last video. But now here comes the compounding. is we'd like B of 2, that to be our balance after 2 periods. Well, in this case, the way this works is we simply use our balance at the beginning of that period or the end of the first period as our deposit. We work with it that same exact way. So this is B of 1 plus 0.02 times B of 1. So our balance at the end of 1. And so this is our 1020 or $1,020 plus 0.02 times that, oops, I want to write my 1,020 in there. Now, so that's 1,020 plus 2% of 1,020. 2% of 1,020, well, that's the $20 for the 1,000 part, and then 2% of 20 is 40 cents. And so what we have here is $20.40. And so that's 1,040.40 cents. And so notice that is, by compounding, we have a little bit more money than we would have if we didn't give interest on our interest. So you see, we took that 2% there and we multiplied it times the original 1,000, because that's, you know, our 1020 is that 1,000 plus 20. So we took 2% of that 1,000, but we also took 2% of that $20 that we had made as interest. And so we got our $20 here when we multiplied, and when we multiplied here, we got our 40 cents. And so that gave us the $20.40. But you see, we made interest on our interest, and that's the idea of compounding. And so similarly, now the calculation gets a little harder, but we could just keep going. If I keep it for 3 periods, then I take my 0.02 B of 2 like that, and that's the 1040.40 plus 0.02 times that 1,040.40 cents. Well, that equals, I don't know. It's more than $20. I'm not sure, whoops, how much more than $20 that is, but it is, it's more, and we're going to next look at a video with a spreadsheet to see how we can use a spreadsheet to do these calculations for us and make this kind of work very, very simple for us to get done.